Okay, so,
What all people are these?
oh, thousands upon thousands of people are watching us right now.
I'm so far behind. I'm not even on YouTube yet. I'm still like downloading poll results. It's that kind of day. It's good.
YouTube, who-tube, do-tube, do what?
Yeah. Humming hoo barrel.
Let's see. Do you like the Green Eggs and Ham book?
My favorite book is a princess book.
Oh, the one that we read yesterday with Disney princesses. Who is your favorite Disney princess?
My favorite Disney princess is Ariel.
Ariel. That's a good one. Would you like to speak French right now?
Oh, no.
Oh, but it might be fun.
Oh, I can't. I don't know a single word about French.
Oh, nous pas de mots?
Oh. Wait.
I'm going to teach you one word of French. Are you ready?
Okay.
It's the most fun way to say hello I have ever found in any language. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
That sounds pretty good. Good job, Meridian. And now you can teach Jessie to say it. Go ahead.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, pretty good. Good job, Meridian. Oh, and look, somebody's saying bonjour to you. Bonjour, Meridian. 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 I think is how you do that. Yep.
The best way would be Meridian Whale.
Meridian whale? Well, how would you be a whale?
I'm kidding.
Oh, I see. You're kidding. That was a really, really good joke and very tricky.
Because if I was a whale, I would be too big for this house and it will broke.
You know, you're probably right. You would be too big for this house, and I wouldn't be able to pick you up like a whale and toss you onto the couch. 1, 2.
Hey, I have shoes.
Wow! Okay, I toss you like that, so then the shoes go on the floor.
Now for a minute,
Mm-hmm.
yes, I tell you. I think Jessie's kind of like nicknamed her Jessie Bell already.
Oh, you've nicknamed her Jessie Bell?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
That's awesome. Thank you. That makes me feel very happy.
Oh, you have right glasses that are favorite color, Mama?
Wait,
Oh, yeah?
what? What's your favorite color?
I was asking. She has Mama's favorite colors.
Oh, and her glasses, yeah. That's right. And there she goes. Okay.
Okay. I have the poll situation, and we have commenters.
Oh, now hang on. You gotta see what Memer's saying. He's showing us. I mean, let's be honest here. The Texan pronunciation of bonjour. No, I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, it's bonjour,
Bonjour.
of course.
Bonjour, y'all. How much y'all coulda? I'm sorry. I should.
You always go one step too far.
I know. I should be very, very kind to the people of Texas right now who are suffering, and I'm so sorry. But I've been informed that that Ted Cruz is speeding back from Cancun to fix things.
Oh, he decided not to stay after all the flack?
He says he was just accompanying his daughters. He was chaperoning them for their trip, you see. It wasn't him that was going. No. He is rushing right back to fix everything.
Because he otherwise never would have stayed.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so what was our poll about?
All the directions, the verb directionalities.
Oh my goodness, right. Oh, that's really exciting. Okay, so let me go to that big list that we had. Here we
And
go.
I don't even know Did we ever say how many votes they needed to
No, so
stay?
what this is what we're okay. Let me explain. So first of all, before that, am I too dark? It feels dark in here. Like
I feel like you look pretty normal, but I'm looking at the YouTube. So
okay.
right now you look fine in terms of lighting, but if the sun starts going down.
Sorry, Jasmine just did it. Here I'm gonna
Away in a banger.
away in a manger. Okay. That's a little better, I think. I don't know. I feel better about that.
Well, as long as you feel better. It's rather bright.
Really? You want me to go back
Yeah.
to the old way?
Well, if you sit back, do you not see that, like, your face is whoosh?
All right, fine. Then I shall suffer in darkness. Okay. So, all right. So we got that much. Everybody prefers that it be dark in here so that they can't see me very well. Got it. Okay. So that's item one.
No, it's actually the opposite. When you opened, or whatever you did, opened a window maybe?
I just moved the
Is that what you
curtains.
did?
I moved the curtains slightly.
Okay, so by slightly doing that, it completely, like, made it so your face was harder to see.
Isn't that cool though? It looked like an '80s album cover. You know, like those washed out ones.
If that's what you're going for, then go for
It's
it.
always what I'm going for. Oh no, anime fan, you missed nothing. No, okay. So this is what I wanted to do for the poll. All right. For those who are patrons, what you saw is that this big list here was condensed because I cut some stuff out because I couldn't abide it. Couldn't. So I cut it down. I cut down the list, and then I asked everybody to vote, and anybody could vote for however many that we wanted. So what we're going to do is Jessie Bell here is going to arrange them or give them to us from least number of votes to most number of votes, and then we're going to decide where to cut it off. Also, by the way, just so you know, she didn't pull it. You probably think this. She didn't pull that name out of nowhere. In Pokemon, right? There's Jessie and James from Team Rocket.
Sure.
Well, James apparently, as we learn later on, comes from a very, very wealthy family that he is escaping from. And his parents desperately want him to settle down and get married to somebody that looks exactly like Jessie, whose name is Jessie Bell.
Looks like me?
No,
Or looks like the other Jessie?
Looks like the other Jessie,
Okay.
but has a
Sorry,
southern
there were too many Jessies. I just had to ask.
but has a southern accent. Yeah.
As all good Jessie Bells do.
Yeah. All right. So there. That
Is it really Jessie Bell, not Jessa Bell?
no,
Jezebel?
it's Jessie Bell. Yeah.
I feel like a southern accent with Jezebel.
No. Oh no! I'm being dragged back to my parents, and they're going to make me marry Jessie Bell. Stop sniveling, James. We need to get their money, and so on. That was the real Jessie, and then Jessie Bell would be there y'all are, sugar. But it's Jessie's voice actor, right? So it's
Sure.
her doing it, and that's kind of hard to pull off sometimes. I need to listen to it a little bit. Anyway, all right. So.
Neighbor's cat's visiting again, so I keep getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Also, though, Jessie is not currently in Texas, so.
No, I am not.
Yeah.
And so, I'm doing okay.
Thank you, Jasmine.
But yeah, like, all my people are without power and water, and going on day 2, some of them day 3, and it's getting quite cold. So, not great. Okay. We're going to read these out, but before we do that,
Yes.
today is February 18th, and so Tybadir, happy birthday. Yay! We're 2 days late, or 3 days late, because Tybadir is, like, ahead of us by a day. And I hope this is not... Oh, wait, never mind. I'm going to wait till next week to do that one. We're good?
Yes.
We're good. That's the only birthday I need to do.
Got it.
Tybadir, happy birthday!
Nice. Okay.
Okay. Now we're ready.
Oh,
And I didn't order these, so I'm just going to be doing this by sight and hoping I don't mess up. I would never mess up. That's good.
Their emoji is a deer. Just read out the number of votes that each one has, and then we'll rearrange if we need to.
We're going here versus there has 11 votes.
That was the lowest?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Here, starting a new list up top here. Okay. So, sorry, Bibleridian. I mean, he's probably going to rage quit now. That was his suggestion, so forget it. Here versus there, 11 votes. That's definitely not in. Okay. Next.
Onto versus off of also has 11.
Okay.
Across has 12.
I was hoping for across. I really was.
Really trying not to sneeze.
Oh, I thought you were trying not to yawn. That's a little bit better.
It's a sneeze. Okay. Under versus over has 14.
I don't think that should have had more votes than across, but whatever. Got it?
Up versus down, 16.
No. Oh, really? That was the slam dunk. That was the easy one. Oh. Okay.
Towards the cave entrance versus further into the cave, 17.
How many are there? Like, that's... All right.
But wait till you get all the numbers.
Okay. Here we go.
Around has 19.
Why? Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Dispersing versus converging is 21.
Useless. Shouldn't have suggested that one. Okay.
Towards versus away, generic, 26.
Okay.
I feel like I have, here we go. Passing is 29.
Really? Okay.
And in versus out is 34.
That's the top?
Yeah, that should be all of them, right?
I guess so. So how many did I do here? 1,
4,
2,
5,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11, yeah.
Huh.
So the question is, again, like, what is the threshold in terms of, like, is there a percentage of votes they needed to get? Is there, like, because there were 42 voters, however you want to consider it, being cast.
That's quite the Patreon we had there for a little while. And you almost got away with it.
Nice job using an actual cleaning thing for your glasses. I approve.
Yeah, it was just to make me look more menacing, make me look like Ben Horn. Which, of course, everybody gets, because everybody's seen Twin Peaks, right?
No. But I've seen the psych episode that, like, does, like a satire of it.
You've probably seen, like, every episode that does a satire of it on all the shows you watch, because they all have, because it was that influential. Anyway, but at the very least, either you've seen that or you've seen the Murder, She Wrote episode that has Ben Horn in it and the guy that plays Q on Star Trek. Tell me you've seen that.
I'm fairly certain I've seen all of the Murder, She Wrote episodes, but I can't even begin to know what people you're talking about. So it's been so long since I've seen Murder, She Wrote that I probably wouldn't remember that specific episode anyway.
It's worth a refresh, but not until you've seen Star Trek: The Next Generation. So I see what Evan is saying, and actually I was thinking that, but not because it was going to be some vote threshold. I was just thinking 5 is good, which is what this would be. I kind of hate having in and out, and towards and away, but could work, I guess. I cannot believe we're not going to have up and down. Ugh. Ugh.
Why don't we get to vote?
I mean, we could have thrown some votes some way, but like, we would have been able to give 3 votes to something, and I'm not sure that anything would have saved it. Yeah, saved any of the ones we wanted. Anyway,
I mean, how many prefixes did you want?
that was the cutoff. So I think that's what maybe people didn't understand. There's not a vote cutoff. It was really like a prefix cutoff. And 5 is a good number. 7 would be a good number if what was in 4th place was something that inspired me, but now it doesn't. I don't know. So let's talk about some cutoffs.
If we did 7, up and down would be included.
No. No, it wouldn't, because it doesn't have enough votes. So here.
Oh, you mean? Oh, wait. You mean like actually counting the specific, like in out is 2?
Yeah.
Gotcha. See, I was doing it as counting entries.
Yeah. Here are the places where I think we can cut it off. Everything below this line is definitely out. These are dead. And I'm going to make them red so that everybody knows. All right. So here are our potential cutoffs. We have cutoff A, cutoff B, and cutoff C. If we have in and out and towards and away, there's no way that we're also going to have towards the cave entrance and in further into the cave. It just doesn't make any sense. So this has to be a cutoff right here. However, so 5 is a good number, so I'm happy with this, and this is a very simple system. I would also be happy to throw this in because 7 is not, too bad. And it is kind of quirky, I guess. There are places, like, if they were there, we would use them. I mean, truth be told. It's just that as you start to get to 7, it's like, oh, geez, we're going to have to come up with forms for all of these things. And how are we going to do that? And then I would also throw this one in just because it would be extremely useful in a derivational sense, because you could throw that onto anything and get something. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of cutoffs. What are your thoughts, Jessie Bell?
My thoughts are either A or B. And it's really just because I'm trying to decide dispersing and converging.
Let it be known on the 18th of February, Jessie Bell laid low that varmint around.
Okay, so there's a lot of talk about getting a word for Mars. Yeah, I don't know if a possum could see Mars, so I'm just going to say no.
Yeah.
They would have no reason to name Mars. Okay. I'm voting for B. That's what I'm thinking. But like, it's such a tentative vote.
Let's put it to the stream. Okay, so hang on. I'm gonna put a little cutoff marquee. That's gonna look weird. That's what it looks like. Let's have your votes in A or B, not C. C is dead. A or B. What did I say, Jake? What did I say?
Okay. 4, 5. So far, every vote has been for B. Oh, we have 1A.
Oh, Bibleridian, perhaps avenging has fallen here there, has come back to vote A.
3 on the A's. 14 on the B's, in case you're wanting to know that count. 15 on B's. Nice, Graham.
I like it.
Okay, so, yeah, there's only 25 people here. We already have 18 votes. It's not going anywhere, so B is the winner.
We'll find a way to
Are you okay with that?
I mean, I have to be.
I'm just like, from the possum point of view.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's just a lot of little things on the ground that they would be much closer to than we are that disperse or come together, you know? Like, I feel like from their world view, that would be an important distinction. So that's why I was on board with it.
You're winning me over, Jessie Bell. There we go.
I was not on board with it because in my head, like you had said, we're going to need forms for these, and it's going to be hard to remember to use that one.
Yeah. Well, I'll disagree with you there. If it's there, we're going to use it. Yeah, okay. We'll find a way to use that. All right. Well, let's pick right up where we left off then, which was somewhere. Okay. All right. So we were talking about.
And Jasmine, you're right. Some of these do seem redundant. As David had mentioned, the towards, away, in, out. Yeah.
It's fine. Finnish gets away with an allative and an illative and an adessive and an essive.
It'll be totally fine. Yeah. Good. Are you doing the ponytail look?
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be that time again. What do you think? I mean, it's kind of...
Well, you think it's time to cut it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a couple more weeks.
Thank goodness. On the other hand, if I just take the scissors right there and go... I mean, I think that's how it works, right?
That would look awful. Okay. And I would make fun of you for weeks on end until it grew out.
And I would deserve it. All right.
Okay. Yeah, the Department of Redundancy Department. That is exactly what we have going on. Yes. Okay. So, did you find where we were in the document? Where we left off last time?
I thought that was it. Was there a different place that we were supposed to be?
I don't know. You said let's find where we left off last time, and then you started doing the ponytail thing.
Yeah. Well, it's because I needed to think, you know, and sometimes that's what I do when I do my thing. Okay. We're gonna set this up here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need 7 forms. And our sources, we have, you know, noun, right? Verb, maybe? No, not verb.
It was adverb or noun. Noun turned adverb.
Adverb.
And happy birthday, Artak.
What? There's another birthday?
Well, I didn't know about Artak's birthday because it was not provided for me, but That's why it wasn't read out. I only have a list of the people who provided birthdays. Happy birthday.
She can only talk about the birthdays from people who are talking about their birthdays.
Okay. So, I just how I'm feeling, in, out, and away, just all feel very straight up adverb.
You can say that, but I want you to just visualize the possibilities. Let's I'm being very serious.
I'm listening. I don't know why you're stopping. Keep going.
Okay. So let's sketch out a sentence and then go from there. So climb. The opossum climbed into the eagle's nest. Still haven't.
Why would it do that unless he's going to steal the eggs?
I didn't feel I needed to spell that part out, but yeah, he's going in there to get those eggs. In order to make an omelet, one must break a few eggs.
You should instead say airy instead of eagle's nest, because then you can be all Tolkien. Okay.
The opossum climbed into the airy, and the young child said, "Mommy, am I going to make the Batman fly?" Game of Thrones reference.
It's good. And Jasmine is right. Maybe he has a thing for the eagle. No judgments. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So what's the next step? Since
I'm just continuing the fan fiction here with the opossum and the eagle. Anyway,
it's good. You gotta. We'll continue. Maybe Evan will pick up. He's good with picking those up.
There we go. So really though, yeah, this is the make it proper here. The opossum climbed into the airy. So we have that versus the opossum climbed, which it can do intransitively. And that's exactly how it would be written, without the, right? If we were doing a literal translation anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Except that we can further do the spell out there. The opossum climb went. And so what we could do is the opossum in other words crawled into something, and so this could actually be a noun.
Okay.
It could actually be the same noun as... Never mind. I don't... So, the idea is that we have this kind of compound verb with essentially an incorporated object, with that incorporated object being interpreted as the destination.
Say that again. Sorry.
Okay. So we have we could have a fronted noun like this, and it would be an incorporated object. And the idea is that incorporated object would be interpreted as the destination for motion-based verbs.
Okay, so we're not thinking like the possum's belly, so it's not like an arm curl situation.
No, and I have to, I mean, that is a way that it could reinterpret it, and I just need to write this down. I just have to write it down, that's all. I just wanted to see it. Okay, it doesn't mean anything. I just wanted to see it. Okay, so, I saw how you narrowed those eyes.
I'm going.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Right. No, so I understand what you were thinking there, and I didn't know if it was just based on the noun that I used, but you were thinking essentially that incorporated object was going to be interpreted as an instrument. In other words, not that he climbed into the belly, but that he climbed using his belly, and so that's why I want to throw in another possibility. For example, the opossum cave climb went. Something like that. Some sort of noun that has an obvious interior.
Because I guess my problem is that belly, unless we've already metaphorically extended belly to just be like inside.
Yes, and that is where it often comes from. That's why I just threw that one in. But perhaps pouch,
or just hole.
I don't know. The pouch is very
Evan,
compelling.
actually, we had said whether or not adpositions would evolve from participles, like that's a separate issue than what we're working on now. We're working on verbal prefixes that will come from completely different places.
That's right. Focus up, class. All right. So yeah, no, hole is an obvious one too.
I like the bottom three better than belly, and I don't know how common caves are.
I mean, for these fellas, I mean, that's their bent. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Pouch, I'm really gravitating towards that one.
Okay. Well, it's also nice. We already have a word for it.
Yeah, we do.
And it looks like other people like pouch.
Cage is pretty dark. You hear the thunder?
Was that on your end?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's go grab the word for pouch, which is xor. Yeah, xor. Wanted to make sure I had that right before I did it. But actually, I'm going to grab the protoform. So that's, I'll put both in there. Somebody eating some chips?
It's all good. She's just getting involved.
Got it.
And by the by,
Yes.
the possum climbed would be, well, the climbed version would be ijur, if you want to like put it together and see how things are sounding.
Just IDUR?
No, IDZHUR.
IDZ. Ejur. Ejur. Got it.
I'm double checking. Yeah, IDZHUR with the stress on the second syllable.
This is gonna be a delicate balancing act. We should get a motion verb that does that starts with a consonant too.
I think. What's that one? Oh, bun is to jump, and we have that one right up above. So bansur.
Got it. I feel like I can delete this now. Hope I've lessened your pain.
Oh, what are you? I was wondering whether it would be bansur or bano, depending on whether it's motion or action.
Motion. For right
Okay.
now. For right now.
So bansur. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was the right form.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't give you a bad form. Because that would just be the end of this whole thing.
End of days. Okay. Let's focus for the time being. I know that the natural progression would be to go to out right now, but instead I want to focus on something else that is going to come obviously from a noun. Is there another one that could obviously come from a noun?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you tell me whether there's another one that would obviously come from a noun. And while you think on that,
No.
so yeah, whenever we
That's the
create
answer.
new prefixes, this one's coming from an existing word. But yeah, one of the things that we wanted to lean into was having some high central vowels in the prefixes,
In
but
some
not
of
all of
them.
them will need to have that.
Yeah.
And then you're still thinking, I hope, because I'm going to keep talking. The motion versus action suffixes. Motion comes from to go, and action comes from to do. And so it's essentially just different auxiliaries becoming used as suffixes. Did you pick one?
I just wrote that down. I wonder if maybe we could have dispersing and then not converging, so not its opposite.
Say that again?
I was wondering if we could actually have not converging.
So
home does make sense.
One that specifically means like whoosh, dispersing, and then one that would be what, like
not its
stasis?
opposite. Not its opposite. Just not having it its opposite. Though I mean, home does make sense, I suppose. But something that more makes sense is something that many gather towards. So actually, fire does make more sense than home, because you can just go back to your home yourself. Presumably everybody's going to the fire, the big fire.
It's assuming they need fire to stay warm.
Well, the only person that can answer that for us is either Biblaridian or Logan. Logaridian. One of them can tell us. Are these cold-blooded opossums that need neither flint nor tinder to summon fire in their bellies? I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying that I don't know of any possums in nature that build fires. They do burrow to stay warm. And so I guess my question is, how quickly would they have decided they could use fire? Oh, where are the possums living?
That's
In the north.
That's a very decent, a very hardworking and honest question. Some sort of network of either caves or burrows. You know?
That's really funny. I interpreted where are the possums living as in, like, tell me the geographic location. You interpret it as where are they living, like, what kind of homes?
Well, yeah, because presumably either we've answered the former question or it's not as important. Though I suppose if these were tropical opossums, they wouldn't be too worried about warmth, would they?
No, they wouldn't.
Tropossums.
Oh, I was right. It was Biblaridian was asking what region of the world.
Dang.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So northern regions. Think, Northern Europe, maybe Scandinavia. And for some reason the opossums are there. Because they shouldn't be. I recognize that. But they're there anyway.
For whatever reason.
And if you say it's unrealistic, then I'm just going to start smuggling possums over to Hamburg or something.
Don't say that live, because somebody's going to do it, and you're going to get the rap for it, because it's going to be like here on the live stream where you said you were going to do it.
But I'm not encouraging others to do it. It would be irresponsible.
Yeah, but they could blame you. They could be like, oh, it wasn't me. It was him. He obviously said he was going to.
I hereby discourage you from doing this. We don't want a cane toad situation.
Jason said they're imported with the sassafras trees. And I'm fairly certain we are using possum and opossum interchangeably, and just settled on the opossum spelling because I think that's the one David liked best.
Well, it's apparently correct. I thought it was a hyper-correction. I was incorrect.
Oh, Vinan says, what about trunk? Because all the roots converge in it from a tree.
Oh no. Just learned about something that I wish I didn't know about. Those poor squirrels.
That's what Google is for.
So here's where things get a little bit more difficult. So with something like dandelion, that is more manner than destination. Pouch was definitely destination. And I think fire, as I'm conceiving of it, would definitely be destination. Whereas dandelion is manner. It's describing the manner in which the action takes place.
Right. Do you know? Oh, good call, Artak. Episode 218 is on 218. Oh, that is special.
Nice.
That is super special. Did you know that in some dialects they have a separate word for the dandelion that you would be referring to for dispersion? I'm assuming you're not talking about the yellow dandelion, but the seeded dandelion, the one that is white and puffball.
And what's this separate word?
Now I have to look it up because I'm pretty sure.
Is it like...
Yes, it is just puffball. Literally.
I thought it was going to be something clever like dapper lion or something.
No, puffball.
That's not a real thing. That's not a real term.
It is too. It's like what people say. It's a puffball.
But anybody can do that. It's not like a word. Like, you can call anything that looks like a puffball a puffball.
It's in the dictionary as literally a dandelion gone to seed.
The actual dictionary?
The actual New Oxford American Dictionary, 3rd edition, says puffball, definition, the spherical head of a dandelion that has gone to seed.
Well, it's Oxford, though. They don't respect us.
It's the American version. Do you want me to look it up in American Heritage?
I kind of do. Puffball.
Doing it now.
Is this a regional thing?
I mean, I never said I used it. I just wanted you to know there's a word for it that some people use.
Aw.
My computer is getting very warm. Either that or my hands are getting colder, so it just feels... Oh my word.
Pouch is not
The website's
happening for
taking
Converge.
forever.
I'm just going to tell you that right now. It is not and could never happen for Converge. Doesn't make sense. Okay.
Cool. Oh, Benin says I?
I'll tell you what does make sense, though, is actually merging these two. Merging.
Oh, yeah, I disappeared for a second. Sorry, I didn't realize switching windows would pause my camera. But also the dictionary is not working on Google Chrome for some reason.
That Google Chrome, that'll eat up your RAM right there.
Well, it's what I do because I have 2 different accounts and all of our LangTime stuff is on Chrome, so that way I always use Chrome for LangTime and I always use Safari for my own stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. But what are you thinking about this here? Merging away and dispersal.
Can you? Oh, merging the 2.
Yes.
I was like, can you tell me what the difference between merging away
It's
and dispersal?
it's a new euphemism. You know, you've been great on LangTime Studio, Jesse, but now I think it would make sense if we kind of merged you away.
If we merged away. Okay. I think it's yes. Yes, I think that makes perfect
There's a
sense.
poll that you weren't a part of, Evan, so... No, I'm thinking it makes sense to merge those because I just can't see them being separate. Like, it doesn't make enough sense.
Okay, so maybe it's just the American Heritage website that's down because I also cannot get it to open up on my phone. Oh, what a sad day this is. But thank goodness I have
What are you
4
talking
other dictionaries downloaded onto my phone so I can check.
Nice. You know, I've downloaded all the dictionaries for Google Translate onto my phone so that I don't need, you know, Wi-Fi or anything to use them.
But that doesn't include, the phone doesn't come with the American Heritage one. Does it?
No. This is just that's a translation dictionary, not a definition style dictionary. Oh, like really, like don't keep looking at this. I apologize. I accept that puffball is a real word that actually refers to dandelions in their seated form.
Oh my gosh. Magpie says away or dispersal could come from skunk.
It's actually not a bad idea. Like, I don't know how to make it work, but it's not a bad idea because you know the way. Right.
Oh, Graham says Wiktionary only gives mushroom for puffball.
There's a puffball mushroom?
It's a type of mushroom.
Really?
So it's some sort of special fungus thing.
I'm not familiar with that one. Oh, that's kind of cool.
This says it's a fungus that produces a spherical or pear-shaped fruiting body which ruptures when ripe to release a cloud of spores. That's what it is. Okay. So, where are we on the whole merging issue?
I suggested it because I'm having a hard time figuring out when these would be used separately. I mean, they could be.
Wait, okay, like, I understand, and I'm not saying that we're going to actually use these concepts, but what if towards and away were really more like here and there, where it's speaker oriented, versus dispersing and converging is more of like just something you see like other people doing?
It could be a way to do it. That was not the intent, and that was in fact why we had separated out here and there, because it was the understanding that here and there were absolutely speaker oriented, whereas towards and away were subject oriented. So it feels like it's kind of dismissing the spirit of the poll, especially since that one came in last.
Was I wrong to suggest that we keep dispersing and converging?
No.
Since towards and away could be?
No. And in fact, I'm really actually happy with converging, and I'm thinking of, I like the notion of the fire drawing many different things towards it.
And I mean, it does, because it would draw all the moths in, and that would be snack for them.
Yeah. Little snappy jaws. I like this.
Oh, that's what that was? I didn't know if that was the moth or the possum.
I don't know. This is their little beaks.
They have beaks now?
Well, I mean, you know, they...
Snout?
The snouts are very beak-like. They're beakish.
Cool. Oh, thank you, Applesauce Project / Cupcake Parade. The American Heritage Dictionary does list dandelion gone to seed as a definition for puffball. Whew. Thank you. Okay.
So yeah, I'm thinking of doing, I think that fire for converge makes sense. We'll just need to come up with a form for it.
I really am, I think we should add skunk, because you're right that dandelion is more manner rather than something that would cause dispersion.
I'm going to add it as a thought right now, but I don't want to sit with that yet. Let's just one thing at a time. How do you feel about the idea of a fire bringing things towards it?
I like it.
Okay. Let's move on to the decision phase then. In terms of form, bearing in mind we want all of these things to be different.
So no chaos.
Yeah, and so I see what Mike is suggesting, but we have a chas. And we're going to be using central vowels here so they get deleted. Skunk language. It's not a bad idea.
I mean, eventually
Yeah.
we'll get around to all of them, right? Um, bet they peep. Skunk. Fire. Interesting. Gotta remember which sounds we're dealing with here.
Here, let's throw in some stuff over here.
How about Z, schwa, R?
Let's take a look and see how that comes out. Wait, I can just write R, can't I? It rewrites it.
I believe it does.
Yes, it does. Huh. Wow. Jurban. Jurban. They actually sound acoustically very similar.
Okay, change it to an M. Z, schwa, M.
Oh, okay. Zmban. Zmban, yeah. That, kind of like that.
I know when there's a chair dance involved. It's a good one.
Kind of do like that. Okay. Oh, that reminds me. I was driving around the park one day. Actually, here, hold on a sec. Let me see what that's going to look like just as an ordinary word. I think it's Zem? Zoom. Oh, nice. So I was driving around the park one day. It was late at night, and on the corner, there was a skunk. But this skunk, let me tell you, it was doing a handstand and looking at me. So hands like this, but its head was up like that. And it was looking, I was in the car, right? Handstand, looking at me, legs up like this, and its tail pointed, at me. I didn't know skunks could do that.
So, it's apparently part of how they spray targets. Because I actually just looked them up.
Does it show it? Does it show him doing the handstand?
Yeah, there's tons of images of skunks doing handstands.
Oh my God, it wasn't just me. Okay, hold on. We're gonna do it. Skunk handstand. Oh my God, that was it. Whoa. So yeah, I saw that. I was in the car.
So you were about to get sprayed.
I was in the car. I was far enough away.
But I think you know that cars can get sprayed too, and it's awful.
I do know a little bit about that, unfortunately. But at least it's not like the car got sprayed, Oh, it's called a skunk handstand. When western spotted skunks want to spray their target, they can flip themselves into a handstand and shoot their smelly spray from glands. Wow.
That is some impressive core strength there, watching that video.
Yeah, and you see the way his head is up? He knows what he's doing. Oh. Wow. Oh. Darling little animals. When I was doing the bird seed thing, we had little skunkish fellows come and root around. It's really a shame. I had to stop feeding the birds. I loved feeding the birds because they would just be around and they'd be tweeting like little birds and they're adorable. But the skunks just came for the fallen seed. And they're so darling. They would just root around with their little noses, but, sometimes they would make things a bit uncomfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Alistair, imagine if any other animals had to do gymnastics to do their self-defense, like a scorpion doing pirouettes. I'm reminded of that, what is it, the wacky spider that does that thing. You know what I mean, yeah.
Totally.
Okay, so I'm feeling pretty good about this and this. And then everything in the middle is a bit more difficult.
Okay.
That's not a bad suggestion. Evan suggests that we enter the word for fire into the dictionary, and we probably should before we forget it.
I will start the process, and if I have questions about prefix forms, because I always forget the damn prefixes that we're supposed to be entering in the dictionary.
Nice. Bibliarian says horned lizards shoot blood out of their eyes. That just seems like a design flaw.
That is disgusting. Terrifying is what I mean. Okay. I got this. So you keep working on that.
Yeah, working.
Direct order.
Okay. So while we're waiting, while I'm thinking here, I just want to be clear what passing is. Passing is talking about motion with respect to something else, quite specifically. So you're completing whatever motion it is you're completing with respect to something else. You're passing it, and that thing becomes the object. So like climb past checkpoint. Why am I imagining a scenario where it's like a racing game where you're climbing and there are checkpoints?
What happens when we make it dual fire? Because would we get the full diphthong?
Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's do it. I think it's this, right?
Ooh, and it's going to turn to an N.
Yes, it will. Zonchi. Or I'm sorry, but unrounded. Zonchi. So yeah, the diphthong goes away. It becomes an O, and the M becomes an N, and then it just gets the hi prefix.
Okay.
Excellent. Gonna write that down. It's not a bad suggestion. Write down butterfly. Possibility for passing. Possums could do tree climb races. Oh. Remember Ongbak? Did anybody see Ongbak? I'm remembering I hope I'm remembering the right one. The Thai action movie. And then the very beginning, there's this scene where there's this gigantic tree, and there's like 50 guys, and it's like the first one to get to the top of the tree wins. So they're all trying to climb this tree, and they're like beating the crap out of each other. I hope I'm remembering the right movie. I think it was Ong Bak.
Evan, it is entered into the dictionary. I took care of it while David stayed on the same page.
Yeah, like seriously. Chill out, Evan. All right. So.
Oh, did you see Mike had suggested cloud for passing?
No, I didn't see that. I'm gonna write that down too.
Taiba Deer says the national sport of the possums should be the tree climb race, which originated as their method of harvesting food from trees and then became a tradition.
Okay. All right. We've sorted those. What do we want to try to do next? Because see, a lot of these, it's so much easier to get these with verbs in like a serial verb construction. But I am thinking.
I have another thought too, but I'm gonna let you say what you're gonna say.
I'm just really having a hard time with it. I'm gonna remember serial verb constructions. So say your thought.
If we end up saying no to dandelion because it's too much manner based,
Mm-hmm.
I think we would need to say no to butterfly and cloud as well, because it's not an object of the verb. It's how a butterfly goes. So like it wouldn't be like, if we're thinking of like climb is not a good one. Yeah, no, you could climb past something, right? So passing.
Yeah. This is a whole
but like
thing.
If you put butterfly on it, then that would be like how you're passing it, not what you're passing or what would typically be passed.
Right. Like, I just wanted to write it down just because it was a nice sense, thinking that maybe it could get us to the place that we need to get. So, like, even if it's... Because I think that you're right. I mean, and when I say I think, I mean I know that you're right. But I still wanted to keep it there just kind of as a reminder because I didn't want to engage with it yet. Okay. So, noted. So, thank you. Okay, so I want you to help me figure this out. So serial verb construction, right? Mm-hmm. Something like, like the most classic serial verb construction is something like, I grab book, give you, right?
Go on.
Are we vibing right now?
No, I want to hear you keep going.
Okay. Okay. So, but like that's the classic serial verb construction. In other words, like you just have the first verb, right? It takes an object, and then the second verb, and it takes an object. There's nothing that connects them whatsoever, and they're understood together. We kind of have this type of a thing in English where we say go blank. So like, I'm going to go eat. Kind of. There are probably better examples. And so the reason that I rejected verbs out of hand is because I thought the ordering would be flipped. But I don't know. So let's say we're doing climb pass. So the opossum climbed past tree. So there was some tree, right? Sticking out of the side of the cliff face as the opossum, free solo cliff climber was climbing. So the way that would be ordered is we would have opossum, tree, and then some ordering of climb and pass and go, which is the auxiliary. In fact, we're going to put there.
Wouldn't it pass need to go first so that way it stays by the object, because that's the one that's actually taking the object?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I think that you're right, because I think that's how we're getting our postpositions anyway, right?
Right.
That's the case. If that's the case, we could have verbs.
And it is actually past P-A-S-S-E-D because we're talking about the verb to pass something.
Yes.
We're not creating, at this point, a postposition, in English, the preposition past P-A-S-T. We're actually creating a different verb here.
Yeah. Um, so yeah. Um, and by the way, it was a homonym there, so we could have done something like this. Which would mean the opossum climbed out of the cave, or left the cave by climbing something, right? So there, there it's a different homonym, but not a crucially important one.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, here's the thing. If this is correct, we can have verbs. We can do verbs, and that makes everything a lot easier.
Knowing that, would you want to reconsider the ones we've already created, or leave some as nouns and then do some as verbs?
I would love to leave these as nouns because I like them. I mean, it'd be super easy to just drop in a verb enter right here instead of pouch, but I kind of like it. And I like the idea of fire, bringing them together. So I kind of would like to leave that, but man, that sure is going to make this job a whole hell of a lot easier. So what do you think?
I'm good with it.
And does this make sense? Because the one thing that throws me off about this, I'll tell you why this throws me off, is because whatever you say about the ordering of elements in a clause, there is still, language is still one-dimensional, right? And so you still have the dimension of time. And so I'm wondering if it would actually be a possum climb tree pass went.
In terms of it, yeah, that would be, I think if this were a full clause, that would be the order it would be. Especially because we have, I don't know, we do have that whole thing up above. Just a second. So on page 5, we have the example, written out, the possum, the stick coming, the mountain climbed. I'm trying to remember exactly why we did that, except to explore how participles were going to work. But I feel like this would be kind of the same thing, like the possum, the tree passing, climbed. Now, the problem is if climbed is being used as a transitive and it's, the possum climbed the cliff passing the tree. What would happen there?
These are all misspelled, aren't they? There's not 2 P's in a possum, is there?
No, there's not.
Gosh darn it. Embarrassing.
So. But then that wouldn't be a serial verb.
No, it wouldn't.
At that point, it's been participialized.
Yeah, this would be a way to turn that into a postposition. which could.
Graham says an opossum with 2 P's is the opposite of a possum with 1 P. Opossum.
No, I think the ordering is correct. I think it is. I think it is past climb. I think it is. I think we can do it.
Okay. I mean, that's what I was feeling before as well, so that makes me happy.
Overall word order, by the way, is SOP. In case we forgot that. Yeah. All right. Verbs it is. We got it. And so we can do the rest of these, and I think we can do them in really short order. So I'm feeling.
So that's exciting.
Yes, I'm feeling empowered and excited. And of course, there's only one thing to do when you're excited.
When that happens.
Cocoa. The flavor of victory. Cheers.
Yes. I think we actually timed that one out pretty well.
I have so many of these, but I still only eat one once a week.
Well, same for me.
Kopiko. One a week. What's your beak?
I'm struggling with the package of this one. It does not want. It does not want me to have my Kopiko.
Oh.
That was a struggle.
OP opossum. Oh, what type of fruit,
Yeah.
Megan? I like fruit
And
too.
Jasmine, there is a hot liquid version of Kopiko. Ha That was a nice little joke.
I would probably like it if it were iced.
Would you?
I do, actually.
Or would it have enough milk or something else in it?
This thing's got tons of sugar in it, so I mean, can you?
So as long as it has all the sugar.
I mean, can you imagine if like the actual Kopiko flavor were a hot beverage? Like, would you even drink it?
Probably not.
Yeah, thought so.
It'd be too sweet.
Oh my! Grapes, pineapple, watermelon, melon, cantaloupe, strawberries. Wait, what's melon?
Honeydew.
Is that a dialectal thing? Are there people that call honeydew just melon?
Yeah,
Really?
I think so. I mean, when I hear melon separately from watermelon and cantaloupe, I immediately assume they're talking honeydew.
Huh. To me, that's kind of sounds like saying, like, okay, we have chicken, we have pork, and we have meat. You know?
Oh, Megan just said she forgot the name and it's honeydew. But, like, it's also like I hear people just call it melon, right?
Weird. Yeah, I've always done honeydew.
Fair enough, Graham.
Beef, it's what's for dinner. Bum, bum, bum.
What was that, 1980s?
That was the late 80s. For the mid 80s, you're thinking of Where's the Beef, right?
Where's the beef? Yeah. When was, what was it, like pork, the other white meat?
Yes, pork was the other white meat.
Jason says we just call it melon in the UK.
It sounds like something that the British would do. Burn.
And good point, Jasmine. If something is melon flavored, you would assume honeydew.
I would not, but I'm glad that there are people that would.
It would be green, you're right. And what melon is green on the inside, David?
I know what melon is green on the inside, Jesse. You don't need to tell me what melon is green on the inside. Now then.
You ready to move on?
Yeah. Let's do some verbs. I think pass is a good verb. By the way, these are great evocative ideas, and somehow like all of these. And it would be nice to save them for something. It didn't work out for this, but for something where you have incorporated nouns acting like instruments, that would be good. That would be really good.
Or we haven't gotten to anything dealing with manner yet.
We haven't. Yeah, here, look.
And Jasmine is suggesting that the protoform for pass be as close as we can get to melon. We could get pretty close. M, epsilon, L, and then the back mid-vowel. Or we could do a schwa, N.
Here, I'm just pasting these down here because I want to kind of remember them for a little bit. Let's take a look at, and so this is definitely, this is definitely going to be a palatalizing one. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Oh, my goodness. It's unpronounceable. It didn't reduce because it had secondary stress.
Never mind. Jasmine was not suggesting a protoform. She was correcting her spelling.
Well done. Well done. Okay. Well, in honor of this,
it almost worked anyway, Jasmine. Well, I almost got it in there.
You almost got away with it. I say in its honor, let's do something that starts with M.
Excellent. It's going to take me a while to get my senses back.
So far, we've got a ksha, and then we have a zma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So something M. Oh, sorry.
What was that? What if we did like M barred I and then a weak fricative? Would that weak fricative end up disappearing, or would it end up becoming an H with the M?
Drum roll, please. Whoa! Oh my goodness.
I can't see it, so you're going to have to tell me what it is. It's too small on my screen.
It became Ichpan.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, it devoiced the B, so it turned the B into a P. The M became, N, or Enya, but, an N. And then it turned it into Xia. Now, the only thing I'm missing here is, shouldn't that be Pian? Let's take a look. Some changes. That should be Pian, shouldn't it?
So they're devoicing? Because there's palatal...
Yeah, palatalization spread. Yeah, a palatalized consonant makes the next consonant palatal. So there is a Dothraki word for friend. But Graham, let us ask about this. So what we have here is we have this hya, and that should be making the P palatal. So we should be, inchbian. Inchbian. That's what should be happening. We do have this class of palatalized, and I see that pia is in there.
I don't know why I keep losing the page where we were.
Why wouldn't this cause a palatalization spread? Let's delete this, see if that makes a difference. It didn't. It should be turning palatal right here, Rule 6. Oh, it only spreads by one consonant. Nah, it's got to keep going. Train got to keep on rolling there.
I mean, we do only say to an adjacent consonant.
Well, yeah, but then it sets up a situation, where it happens again.
So 6 needs to be a on repeat rule?
Yeah.
We need a propagate rule.
Yeah, it does need to be proper. I don't know if it needs to be gated, but sorry. But okay, which one were we doing, by the way? Were we doing past? Is that what we were doing?
Yeah.
Let's. Mich. It sounds like you're making fun of somebody saying mich in German. Mich.
Only you.
Only you.
Wow.
Cheerful.
That was good.
Okay, let's see what happens to that by itself. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
I also like Nick's comment, you'd be a propagator then.
Let's throw in that one and see what happens to it. I'm sorry, this is just so.
Which one?
Evan is asking if book can be a form so that we can have a book ban.
Wow.
Wasn't that pleasant for you, Jasmine? Okay, so yeah, I think that we should probably okay, so this is going to end up with something like that, and this is going to end up with something like that, and this is going to end up with something like that. Okay. Okay, cool. Right on, Graham. Okay, so we got passing. And we have towards, away, out, and potentially dispersing. I say we leave these two towards the end, and focus on towards and out.
Okay.
Megan, no. These won't be an all the time thing. It'll be a lot of the time thing, but not an all the time thing, no.
Sorry. What about like epsilon retroflex S? Some vowel. And I don't know.
Let's see what happens.
Should we add another consonant?
Let's just take a look and see what happens. And we got book in there as well. Huh. So book just is pretty prolix there. So this becomes ish, sorry, ishban. It might be tough because we're going to have inch versus ish.
Yeah. I was suggesting to carry it on further to see if we end up deleting a vowel and getting two syllables becoming one as a prefix. Okay, let's try L.
Ishban, 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 Ishban. Wo ist meinen Ishban?
Change. What if we change? I don't know. Never mind. Just do some forms. I'm also delighted by the fact that Applesauce Project has quoted Steve Zahn from That Thing You Do in the comments. That makes me delightfully happy.
That is a good-ass film right there.
Right? It did not receive enough credit for how good it was.
No. And I know I told Jesse about this, but I don't think I've told everybody else. But I worked on a show, Star-Crossed, with the guy who plays the lead singer in That Thing You Do, Jonathan Cheech. And I've interacted with him, actually, several times. But I did not realize that that was him. And so I didn't, gush over him or get his autograph, which I absolutely would have done.
I'm going to draw your attention to the top of page 6. We have a whole list of roots that we could just go through. And one of them is close to what I wanted, just in different order, so, see how that works.
By the way, I'm gonna write down here just as a potential. I'm just gonna write that down as a potential prefix for dispersing, because if there was one that was going to be very prolix and heavy, it would probably be that one. So I'm just gonna throw that out.
Oh, David, that's unfortunate. Sorry, not you, David. The other David in comments. Yeah, we started at normal time, so I don't know why it's only letting you go back 16 minutes.
You're just going to have to wait 25 minutes, and then you can go back 2 hours. Okay, so roots. Oh, by the way, we haven't started entering verbs into the dictionary, right? Okay, so then we, for the ones that we've settled on, mich and just mich right now, I'm going to put it up here on this list. Okay, where's that list of roots?
Page 6, top of page 6.
Got it. Those are interesting. What happened with that? Whoa. Wow. How did it delete that many vowels? Because it doesn't have secondary stress, that's why. Oh my goodness.
So I can't see what it is. You have to tell me.
It's retroflex T, followed by palatal fricative, followed by palatal stop, followed by a stop.
There were no vowels?
Yes, and the stop didn't even devoice, which it should have, by the way. So Graham, check that one out. That one should have devoiced too. So if I'm pronouncing this right, it would be Trishban. Trishban. My goodness gracious God. It just,
What do you think about that one?
I don't think it's possible. I think first of all, like that okay, so you know how like for certain dialects of English, if you're saying a street, you actually say street with a ch.
Mm-hmm.
And some people actually go further and say street. Street. That's
Okay.
Is there a word for like a mirror affricative, a mirror affricate? So it starts one way, then goes to the stop, and then ends the same way it started. Because that's essentially what I think we should have here, which is Jishban.
Or we write another rule and say something. But there are a lot of people who are very excited about it, including Miles says embrace the cluster. Venon says we have to use that one. Evan says I love it. Matei says it's a very dignified word. And as Jasmine notes, there's a different word for that in just possum. And yes, you're absolutely right.
And actually, hold on, there's two different types of mirror affricates. There's one that starts a fricative and goes to stop and then goes to fricative. And then there's the opposite of that, starts as a stop, fricative, stop. So that would be like stani, 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 stani. Yeah, something like that. That's what we have here. So it'd be palatal stop, palatal fricative, palatal stop, and then P. Goodness gracious. No.
At what point do we say that fricatives can be syllabic consonants?
Oh, they can. I wasn't.
In this language, I'm saying in this language, because we haven't.
Oh, thank you, Ragdoll. No.
We haven't said that.
No, I think that fricatives should actually be able to serve as nuclei in this language. That was
Okay.
why we were doing this. But I just mean that ch followed by ch followed by ch followed by ba is just no. That's too much. Like
Kushpan. Why not?
Jishban. Oh my God, you're winning me over. Jishban.
It sounds so cute.
Jishban.
Or, as you may say, darling.
It does. Jishban. Can we shorten it to just palatal stop followed by palatal fricative?
Can we?
It's hard for me to even tell if that's what I'm doing or not. If I'm actually getting the second palatal stop in there. Okay, so Oh my God, you're right. Not only should it devoice, it should palatalize. Jishpian.
Okay, what if in front of a consonant it shows up just as the stop fricative and then the consonant. But then in front of vowels, that second stop shows up as basically the onset to the next syllable.
Yeah, you done it. You done it. All right, what awful verb is this going to be? So we have like exit, something for towards, leave. Should it be the verb for leave?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. Well, that's something. So that, and then to leave. Still having that problem with the apostrophe key.
Mm.
And then as the...
You didn't sit it down for a talk?
No, I didn't. I should have let it get too far. Yet. Okay, so then this is second T. Is this really how it's spelled? That can't be right, right? So it's... But this would just assimilate, right? So this would just be this. Shit. That's what it would be.
Oh, the IE were both in there?
Yes, because it was
okay.
a former D. But this is a... this is the question that I am asking. So we... In this situation, I guess it's not in our sound changes, but we have a retroflex stop followed by a palatal fricative. Wouldn't the first just assimilate? So, kiet, wouldn't that just become kiet, kiet, kiet? You know, just become a palatal, so that it would be a true affricate.
Are you asking?
I'm asking permit, so I wanna... Let's see here. I guess it's not in here. Bye, Jasmine. Okay, so I guess it's not in here, but it needs to be in here. Basically, if you've got a situation like this, and I don't know how broad to make this rule, it's going to assimilate. It's gotta. I don't know how broad or narrow to make this rule, though, this assimilation rule. If it's just going to be that a retroflex assimilates, like a retroflex stops, assimilates to a following palatal fricative, like if that's too narrow, or if it should be broader than that.
And so didn't the original, though, have like TSI T as the form, or T retroflex?
The reason that this is happening is because there were vowels inserted between both of these. And so what happened, it was that we just lost a schwa, and so all it did was it just sandwiched those two consonants together, which is fine for most of this. We accept that for most of these, like, you know, consonant-consonant clusters, but for this, it really feels like it should assimilate.
Because the epsilon becomes...
The epsilon becomes a long E, so that's where we get the et from. But the initial, so it's like, you know, we got T, schwa, S, epsilon, D, right? And so we're talking about the first part. The schwa drops out, and so that just sandwiches T next to whatever's coming after it. which ordinarily is fine, but here I think it should assimilate.
Okay, when does this happen, though?
I don't know. It obviously would have to be after the vowel was lost and after the palatalization happened. Otherwise, you know.
The weak vowel, the original vowel, wouldn't be lost until after palatalization had already happened.
Right.
And palatalization spreads forward, so the fricative would not be...
Yes. I totally 100% hear you. I just feel like when I'm pronouncing it, it's gotta change. Either that or the fricative changes. So we have Rule 13, retroflex assimilation. So S and Z become sh and zh next to anything retroflex. But we only said that about S and Z. We didn't say that about hya, the palatal fricatives. We could change that, which would be kind of interesting because then we would have retroflexes in contexts where they were already palatalized. The three that we're trying to decide between here are kriet, which is what it is currently, kriet, which is difficult because you're going from the retroflex to the palatal, or chet, which is full palatal, or kriet, which is full retroflex.
Okay, so, and just to make sure I'm understanding the reason that we had it wrong in the first place, because the modern form that we had in our roots to use list is incorrect. So because that epsilon became it in I, the E, because it's in a stressed position. Was there an epsilon? Yeah,
yes, there was.
Epsilon.
But the form the form that it's spitting out is correct. We just don't like it.
But it's not the form that was typed in, was it? Because it had an S, a retroflex S, but shouldn't it be a palatal fricative?
It is a palatal fricative.
Okay, so, yeah. So what was originally in the document as a suggested modern form was incorrect.
Yes, that is correct. We had it wrong. We had it wrong.
Okay. My brain is working better now. And so because palatalization happens before the schwa is lost, now we're left with this situation that we're trying to figure out here.
Correct.
Okay. Okay.
This whole language is a teensy bit Russia. So, like, if we want to modify Rule 13, then this will be taken care of, and we're going to end up with retroflexes. Because we can simply expand the rule and count palatal fricatives as sibilants. Right now, they're not. Palatal fricatives are kind of in a strange area. It's like they're half sibilants and half weak fricatives. Not really being either. Right now, we're essentially treating them like weak fricatives with special status in that they don't turn to H at the end of a word. We can treat them as full sibilants, and if that happens, then they are going to become retroflexes next to other retroflexes.
Does that affect anything that we've already done in the language?
I don't know. I can give it a look.
It would have to, because we have the dual suffix is a he.
Oh boy.
Like, I feel like that's too big of a change. I feel like...
Well, maybe, but it is kind of an interesting change. Let's take a look at some of our nouns. We already said that n isn't going to cause any changes, so it's too weak for that. It's not going to cause anything to become a retroflex, so snow would be fine. Same with that. Same with gram. Same with kran. Xor already does change. Look at that. Yeah, so no, it already does change.
Okay, because it's xorshi.
Yeah, because, yeah, it didn't start out, it doesn't Why does it palatalize? Why does that palatalize? Wait, oh wait, no, it's Xada, isn't it? Xada.
Did we make a mistake?
Yeah, we have it here as retroflex, but in the sound change applier, it actually doesn't give us a retroflex. It gives us a palatal. So it is what you thought it was. We have it differently in our document. But I remember us discussing this and deciding that, I'm just looking quickly at the other nouns, deciding that we were going to do this.
Okay, look at beauty, name of our language.
Yeah, Taparshi. Yeah, that one retroflexes as well. But I'm pretty sure that it won't if I put it in the sound change applier.
So we were pretty much doing what you're suggesting.
Nice.
For rule number 13.
Yes.
But we just never wrote it down or made it official so that Graham could do something with it.
Evidently. Ugh. Gosh. Yeah, okay.
There's no more after that.
No, and so yeah, I've checked everything, and so we actually wouldn't have to change anything. But given that this is kind of a big change and we're at the end, I say that we make this the poll. In other words, all retroflex or all palatal.
Okay.
If we go all palatal, it will make the duals simpler and we'll only have to make a couple of changes.
Mm-hmm.
If we go all retroflex, everything is set already, so we're done. But then the sound change applier will need to be edited accordingly. Actually, it'll probably need to be edited either way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Is that an okay poll?
I think so.
Okay. Cool. All right. Then we will
And just putting it out there, I have zero preference for which one we do.
Mm-hmm.
So vote away, patrons.
And I can say that, but I know that when the result comes, I'm either going to be happy or sad. Despite my best intentions. But let's go ahead and nail this down though for away, and I'm gonna write this down just so that I remember. Oh, Megan, I don't know what happened, but it sent me back 16 minutes. Amazing. What's the deal with 16 minutes?
Right? That is so weird.
I'm kind of, by the way, I'm kind of okay with having like a big form for one of these prefixes. So I'm fine with actually this book form for dispersing. The question is, what would it mean?
Um,
Scatter?
yeah.
All right.
No, never mind.
Hmm?
Different language. I was like, didn't we already have a word for scatter? But not this one.
Yes. And now, ooh, whoa. Let's go ahead. No, wait. Right. These are all IPA. We need to. And yeah, we need to. Yes. Oh wait. Here, actually. Let me do this. There we go. It's going to be one of those two things. Okay. And we'll make this red so that we remember we need to do something to it. Okay, but yeah, all right, cool. So we have a few minutes though. I think we can actually do out and towards. So like.
Were there any others on the roots to use that you liked?
Maybe. Let's go and take a look. Yeah, exit works fine for out, and let's remind ourselves we have something that starts with ksha, inch, sha, buk, and sma. So it needs to be different from that. Why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing at me?
Who said I was laughing at you?
Ooh, okay, fine. Those are verbs. Well, this one's going to be a little bit of a bummer, I think. Lug. No. No.
How would clock do? Is that too close to book?
It is too close to book, that's a thing.
We have too many Ks.
Yep. So let's do something with an F. Oh, wait, I have an idea. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see if this works how I hope it will. I don't think it will, but it might. Okay, well, I'm going to do two, all right? Because I don't know which one is going to be the cool thing, but one of them is going to be the cool thing. So we're going to find out. Okay, first of all, obviously, by the way, Graham, both of these should be devoicing as well, but we either have Fischbahn or Ichbahn.
Okay.
Which do you like better? Fischbahn?
Is that too close to
Fischbahn?
Ich?
And Ich.
Oh,
Ich. Ichbahn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, can you do them again? Because now I'm on board.
Fischbahn. Ichbahn.
The second one.
Ichbahn. Wow. Oh my. Wow. That is so wild. Okay. Okay. And let's see what our fur baby comes out as by itself. Foch. That's good. Foch. Okay. This is wonderful. Okay. So. Okay. Okay, so this is fur becomes foch, and its prefix is ich. And I wonder. Whoa. We should start doing this too.
What's that?
Seeing what these things show up as before verbs or before vowels.
Right.
Okay, so then mich. Shan. Oh, wow. Same thing. So yeah, this one. Either one doesn't matter. Cool. And we know about this one. I'm gonna put a slash here just to make it consistent. And book probably is gonna come out the same no matter what. I'm gonna guess. Vikana. Yep, same thing, same thing. And let's go ahead and bring these guys back together. Kshana. Ooh, Kshana.
Oh, that's nice.
Kshana. Okay, so yeah, it's either that for a consonant or before a vowel. And zn.
I feel like we need an L in here somewhere. No, I guess there is an L up above. Yeah, okay.
What? No, we don't have an L.
There was one. Oh, it's only in the full form.
Yeah.
Never mind.
The
okay.
fudge form.
Yes, that one.
Okay, let's go ahead and just finish this up and just do something for towards. So this can be touch. This can be see.
I think touch.
Okay. It's like that Scorpion song. Okay. Okay, so and we want something with an L.
Yes.
Starting with an L or ending with an L? Like a vocalically L thing.
Ooh, a vocalically L thing would be kind of fun.
Okay. Then what is it going to start with?
If we wanted a vocalic L, wouldn't we need something with two syllables with two vowels that are going to get deleted?
Maybe, maybe not.
With an L in between?
Maybe, maybe not. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Somebody's
okay.
Lol. Why not lol? Hold on a sec. I just want to see what that would come out like. Okay. Beep beep. And then. Something broke.
I can't see it. What happened?
Both of them came out as double I, double L, and then the verb root. Something went funky in the sound changes there. Graham, if you want to try to figure it out, you can, but that was just for the lulls anyway, so let's do something better. Okay, we got something that started with k, vowel, vowel pwa, vowel n, starting with ch, starting with ba, starting with za.
Well, how about a T? We don't have a T in there. No, wait. No, we did have a T. It just disappeared potentially. We may have a T. Never mind.
Yeah, I was thinking of
depending on how the vote goes.
I was thinking of T or M.
Does it matter that we already have an M?
No, I'm sorry. I said that, but I meant N. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try T first. See what happens. Oh. So before a vowel we get tla. Before a consonant we get tl. So tolba.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
So it's basically the same prefix, but it's realized in two different ways. That is kind of fun. I think that's actually more fun than what N is going to be. We throw that in there. Yeah, we get the epenthetic vowel. Inlana versus inlban. No.
Oh, yeah, no,
Nope.
it's got to be a T.
Gotta be a T. All right. Got it.
Mate says, "You is the new lol." You just got to start using that. I-I-L-L.
Okay, let's just real quick see what that shows up as a verb. Tot. Okay, good. Out and towards. Or rhyme, that's good. And then, yeah, CV. There we go. Let's write that in our verb chart.
Wow, we got a lot done today.
I think so, and I hope everybody else thinks so as well.
Evan says I-I-L-L stands for I laugh laugh.
Oh,
I think that's the new etymology.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
The magpie says it could be it is loud laughing. So many options.
Let's see here. No, not that one. No, not that one. There we go. That one. That's the stuff. Okay, now that one meant to go, right? Or to touch. To touch.
To touch.
Yeah. To touch. Got it. Everything's a screw.
That was totally not. Wow. Yeah, that sure happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Isn't it funny, by the way, that we all just are totally good with sklu, even though, like, almost no words in English begin with SKL? We have sclerosis, and that's it.
Which one is it?
What, sclerosis?
That's our only skla word?
Yeah. There's no reason why we shouldn't have skla, we just don't in English.
It just seems like we do, and I just can't think of anything off the top of my head. It is Sclumania up in here. Oh, and Graham has seen what the problem is.
Yeah. It's matching
Sclera,
or liquid before liquid.
but isn't that the same? Oh, that's the whites of your eyes. Sclera.
Well, probably comes from Greek, where they didn't have such, inhibitions.
Well, I mean, there's tons of words in English that come from scleros, Greek, hard. There's sclera, sclerite, scleritis, scleroid, sclerophil. But it's all from the same base. Like, isn't that cheating?
Yeah. Yeah, English should have VL, and we're totally fine with it with Vlad. We don't seem to have any problem with that, but, you know. Or Vlasic,
Yeah.
the famous pickle. Are you one of those pickle eaters, by the way?
What do you mean by one of those pickle eaters? Do you just mean like a pickle eater?
Yeah, like somebody who eats pickles.
Yes.
Yikes. All right. So...
You don't like pickles?
No, of course not. Oh. The very notion. I don't like
Who
pickled...
doesn't like pickles?
I don't like pickled anything. Like, I've come to accept pickled ginger, but, you know, even so. Ooh.
That's not a pickle, but okay.
No, it's pickled.
Sure.
I don't like anything pickled.
Wow.
I mean, and Lisa...
I have to reassess, just working and everything.
I can't imagine...
You don't eat pickles.
I can't imagine doing any greater violence to a cucumber than pickling it. I mean, the cucumber is one of our greatest treasures here on this planet.
It is, and it gets even more treasury that you can enjoy it raw, you can enjoy it pickled. And you're right, Megan, pickled beets are delicious. Artok, pickled okra, you're absolutely right. Absolutely delicious.
Terrible. Pickled garlic?
Yeah, my dad pickles garlic, and oh my god, I can eat like a whole thing of that. It's so good. Hmm. Like, I feel like you just stalled.
I what what's even the
It's a brine. It's a pickling brine. So you get the vinegar. You get normally. I mean, he puts all sorts of herbs in it, but
Oh, Bibleridian just went to the top of my to hate list. Ain't nobody saying anything bad about cucumbers on this stream. How do you
and
ban
Graham,
somebody?
I think it's because technically the live stream is over. We just haven't ended it, and so
Yeah.
we're just talking
No, this is ridiculous.
food.
The whole point of bringing this up, because we were talking about VL, was I wanted to know if Vlasic pickles were somehow really good because their advertising worked on me. It was like, well, obviously, if you liked pickles, Vlasic is probably the best because their commercials have that stork on it. I don't know.
Right? No, Vlasic pickles are good. They are
Okay.
quite good. But there are companies that are more homegrown that I think make better pickles. But it depends on where you are in the country for what you're going to end up finding.
I guess so. I have. It's funny.
And then my dad's are the best. So
I have a lot of opinions about like foods and drinks that I would never, ever, ever eat or drink, just
Pickled
because of
jalapeno.
advertising. Like, for some reason, like I feel like Samuel Adams is a classy beer. I don't know.
you got to drink that with your pinky up.
It seems like it. Their advertising is very effective. I've never drunken alcohol, but my goodness, you know, it just seems like is that reality? Is that, or is it just totally fiction?
I wouldn't say that's a classy. But it's not unclassy. It's just a beer. Like, I guess mid-range.
How would I know? Its commercials are so classy.
That's the point of commercials, to make you think a certain thing about the product.
Oh man. Anyway, yeah, we got things to do. I mean, we're already running over. Each of us, of course, have our separate live streams that we do right after this. So
Yes.
yeah.
I gotta go decompress and be ready to talk about the pickle hater. That's gonna be my entire live stream now.
I was just imagining, for some reason, you know, you hosting with somebody else, just a video about, you know, shirt stains and just different types. I don't know.
Why?
And I just
Why?
imagine that it would have, like, you know, thousands more viewers than this would. I'm imagining
Oh
the
my
still
gosh.
image of just like you holding up a shirt going, you know, like this.
What is it? Okay. And Mateus, yeah, Sam Adams is
Bartok
just
knows what I'm
fine. Like,
talking
it is a good beer, but like I wouldn't say it's classy. It's just a beer.
I don't know.
Anyway,
All right. So yeah, we got to get going, but thank you everybody for being here today and helping us get these down. I think it came out well. I hope everybody is pleased. And what's the thing we say?
we said stay grammar
Yeah.
and have a great week.
Stay grammar. Bye everybody. And yeah, next week that'll be good. We're really gonna have to move on to like verbiness. You know, next week it's gonna like be verby.
Well, we need to start entering them in the dictionary.
All right. Yeah. Ugh.